see dead people. Look at me.
Show me.
We have such sights to show you.
Hello, welcome to Devil Made Me View It, the horror podcast. I'm Jesse Spitzer.
I'm J.R. Lees.
And today we're talking about kinder trauma, or just anything that kind of got under our skin when we were kids. I got a list of some silly stuff. I have no idea what's on Jason's list. He has no idea what's on mine, so it's gonna be fun. I'm just gonna have a kind of casual. Last time we talked about how every other episode's gonna just be kind of more of a casual discussion, and that's what this is gonna be, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm very curious what made you.
Yeah. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I'll go first. The idea was that this is things that stuck with us, and not scarred us, but maybe. And like, there's the big obvious ones, movies that scared you, that always scare you, but you wanted it to be that damaged us, that triggers us to this day. And the one I always talk about, I saw this when I was a little kid. I'm not a Doctor Who guy. I've watched a few of them. I don't avoid them. It's not like I don't like them. Mm-hmm. But as a kid, it was always on. My dad loved it, and his Doctor Who was Tom Davis. And there's an episode. I don't know the build-up. I don't know afterward. I don't know if there's Daleks in it. I don't know. All I know is the scarf. But it was two characters like at a table, surrounded by bad guy guards, and there's this Audrey 2 looking plant lettuce head on the table, and they had to hold their arms out to it, and it was like you knew something bad was going to happen. And in my mind, a tongue comes out like in Carpenter's The Thing, but I have no idea. I just remember watching that and like being terrified. And it was Doctor Who, so the trick was this cost $1.16, pounds, not dollar. And they would hold on it forever until they actually happened. And I remember as a kid going, "What's going to happen with this avocado?" And I still don't know what happened. But I just one of those things where I've when I've tried to look for it, I just don't want to find it. Yeah. And not that I'm scared of it like that. I'm sure it's going to be just silly. But I remember just the delicious like fear of like climbing. This is not. I shouldn't watch this. This isn't. I'm Dad's watching. I'm walking to the room. What the heck is this?
There's something weird about low budget stuff when you're a kid. I don't know what it's just like. It like bridges the gap of like your imagination in like a really weird way. Because I remember like this isn't on my list, but like the practical effects in Return of the Living Dead when I was a kid really messed me up. Because they were like, and I still think it looks good, but it's definitely, you could see bits and pieces that aren't great. But I don't know, something about practical effects, especially like cheaply made ones, really messed me up.
The half a corpse on the examining table where the spine in Return of the Living Dead, when the spine's flipping back and forth, is one of the most beautifully inspired things. Because the spine
squirting
shouldn't do that,
out
but
fluid and
and it hurts to be dead. Oh, it's so good.
Great scene. Yeah.
So yes, I'm afraid of British TV.
It's funny so I that actually goes right into a great one from on my list, because you mentioned a plant and The Thing. I to this day, I don't know why, the scene still makes me uncomfortable, but the scene where the flower comes out of the chimney in Jumanji.
Okay.
You've seen Jumanji, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's just this scene where it just kind of comes out, and then it kind of like opens, and it has a like a vine tentacle thing that like shoots out and wraps around a kid's leg, and it's like trying to pull him in. That scared I'm still, every now and again, I'm like uncomfortable around plants, which is weird. There's something about it, and that actually carried over to, I didn't see, you referenced Little Shop of Horrors, and I didn't see that as a kid, but I watched it as an adult, and I really liked it. But like, even like, I think that has transferred because like that plant makes me very uncomfortable. Something about plants.
Have you seen Splinter?
I don't think so.
I think that's one I'll have to lend to you too. That kind of has a similar like what do these plants want?
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I've never seen the ruins, the plant in the Mayan temple, but I have it at home. And I'm like kind of the same thing. I think like the jungle comes alive.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert! I haven't seen. I shouldn't recommend that yet.
Fair enough, but yeah, I don't know, something about plants, something about
Well, because I think it's when plants move.
yeah.
It's weird because plants should move. I mean, I will look at the backyard and as an adult go, oh, I have to go mow again. It's grown an inch, 2 inches today, and it's like, how fast will that take us back over if we just stop paying attention? But anytime a plant moves, Audrey, any kind of vine thing, it like it. I mean, maybe like the Venus flytrap. It doesn't seem that should be on the same planet as cats and dogs and stuff.
Actually reminds me of you said how long would it take to take over, and spoiler alert, this is also on my list, but not this moment. But in a Creep Show, there's that the meteor, that whole thing. I remember that last shot of like it kind of is like showing his like the farm and how it's like still going out, like it's not done yet. Also made me very uncomfortable.
There's a great closing shot when it shows that the whatever it is on the next town over. It's about to get to the next town. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That Creep Show got me as a kid. That was one of those ones that I watched too early. Like someone had cable. I was walking through the house, and it was the Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill, the Stephen King one, and it goes from being so funny with him going, meteor poop,
Yeah.
and then it just goes to him putting the shotgun to his head. So I'm like, oh, this is funny. This is not funny
No.
anymore. That's yeah.
And his voice in that
Um,
moment is horrifying.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't until years later that I would watch that over and over. It's like one of my family's movies. And we watched that over and over again and realized every vignette, every thing has the same ashtray in it. But it was the Jordy Verrill one where his dad plays the doctor. Everyone is just him and the dad and all the flashbacks. And I'm just like, why is that even worse? That's like you're in this guy does not deserve this. He can't comprehend the world.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, so is your first one?
Yeah, the first one is that's the plant from Jumanji.
Jumanji. I need to watch it again. I'm not remembering the plant and the flower. I'm having a weird. Hellraiser 2 has the Dr. Chenard has his hands up, and the snakes come out, and one of them has like opens up as a flower, and then one's a finger doing this,
Oh.
which is disturbing on a whole different level.
Yeah.
But I don't have the Jumanji thing. I didn't see Jumanji until, not to be depressing right now, but after Robin Williams passed away. It was just one of the ones that
Really?
I didn't see it in its first run. I was working at Toys R Us back then, so it was just one of those. I was at that age where I didn't watch kid movies.
Sure.
Like, oh, I'm too old. And then the toys were annoying because we had to unload them and stuff. But I watched after he passed away and thought, oh, this is really good. But everyone around me is bawling because it's a childhood memory. And I'm just like, look, it's David Allen Greer. He's pretty funny,
A very young Kristen Dunst.
Very young. I do need to watch it. And then not to ruin my credit here in this show, I kind of like the Dwayne Johnson sequels.
Oh,
because they all tie together. I thought they were pretty.
I
fun,
loved it. I didn't see the second one, but I liked the first one. Welcome to the Jungle, I think it was called.
Danny DeVito and Glover steal the entire movie, the series with their little bits, And as far as we're talking about the childhood, like things that are only, we talked about having the clips on here, and then we can't play them. But the second one I have coming up was a TV show. It was back in my day. Let's all sit around and talk about oleo and margarine. You tape it off TV. You tape a movie, whatever it was. You didn't sit there and pause out the commercials. So when I'm watching, my beta copy my dad taped up me for Jaws, you'd have the commercial breaks. And this might have been this what I'm talking about might have been my Star Wars holiday special tape, where the commercial breaks had whatever it was. Yeah, that's how old I am. Yeah, I had a copy of it. I'm pretty cool. But then the commercials that come along, and there was a show called Emergency, and it was basically like right now all the Rhonda Shimes of the Station 19 shows and all the Chicago Fire.
Sure.
Kind of like that. It was a fire department. I don't know. I never seen it. I just remember the commercial. Guys in a bunch of blue shirts and slacks, and they go around, and then they have the ladder trucks out. And again, it's like 30 seconds, but the bit was they show a guy, again, history lesson, old beer cans when you popped them open, you pulled the lid off. You pulled off the tab. It wasn't just the popper went inside. You pulled the whole thing off like it was
Can
a
of
juicy juice
beans.
kind of thing. Can of beans. But there's where the mouth hole, probably an actual name for what a beer can was. But the with the part that now we flap down, you'd pull it the whole thing off with the lid, with the ring, and it would just come off. On this commercial for this fire department TV show, they show a guy pop it and then start drinking, and then like slow, and the voiceover is, "We need a ambulance for call to whatever the house is. Man's swallowed the deposit. I got my hearing it right. The lid to the beer can. So he does it, drinks it, goes back, and then it shows him in like,
Oh no.
and then it hard cuts to him on the ground, the crew coming in, and this is interspersed with like helicopter shots of ladder trucks and people talking and all the it's the 70s, bow, 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 trying to be Dirty Harry with firemen. But I would watch that, and it was just, I don't remember anything about it outside of the name of it, because it would yell at you, that slow motion, and I could feel my little 5-year-old brain. I could feel the metal thing in my throat.
Oh.
Just like how did he get that out? Because they don't show him go to the hospital. They show the guys there working over him, and I'm assuming they're putting their fingers, these big giant actor bands, down his throat, or with pliers or whatever it was. Again, I'm 5, so I'm imagining they're taking like my Play-Doh pinchers, the little tool off of the operation game, in the guy's throat. But he's just that slow motion of like the guy going, whoever the actor was great. I'm gonna die. And it's just, even now, every once in a while you'll get like you'll buy an oil can, like for a lawnmower, and it still has the old style pop top. And I see that, and again, I got like, okay, don't swallow that, JR. Just don't. Because normally I'm always swallowing the lids off of oil cans, but I remind
Right.
myself,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
too soon.
It's
Yeah.
a little dangerous. That's funny. I didn't have a fear of choking growing up. I had a fear of my mother thinking I was choking. Because that happened one time. I think I was eating like potato chips or something, and it just like scratched my throat a little bit. And I'm a
Yeah.
dumb kid, so I'm like, oh, my throat hurts. Let me do the universal sign for I can't breathe. And my mom from across the room, like, I think she had something on her lap. It went flying into the air. She like came rushing over to me, and from that moment on, I was like, man, I really hope I don't choke in front of her specifically, because. But then again, I mean, I'd be very safe. I mean, she'd take care
No,
of it.
don't downplay that. She saved your life that day.
Yeah, kind of.
know?
I mean, I've
Now,
been
but
chewing
also-
a lot more carefully since then. You know.
You didn't tell the most important part though. What kind of chips were they?
It was Ruffles.
Oh, worth dying for. Okay.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I like them. Should we go to my next one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, I feel like let's bring it back to Creepshow, because
Okay.
I actually have two on my list. 2 for 1. The 2 that scared the crap out of me when I was a child was from the first movie was The Crate.
Yeah.
The something about, and still to this day I don't know what it is, but when there's something that appears on screen and a sudden lighting change, it just does something in my brain that like I'm like, I need to get out of here. I don't know what it is. It just like causes, it's just that weird combination of like stimulation makes me very unsettled. And there's that I mean, there's a few moments in that particular where it pops out of the box, and then like it suddenly there's just like super intense red lighting
Yeah.
fills the room. Yeah, I don't know. I remember watching it and being just like stunned, like just being like, I can't move. That one scared me a lot. But the one that really got me was from The Raft 2. Sorry, I have my notes over here. The Raft 2, or Creepshow 2, The Raft.
Yeah. That is a great little. That's a great little short film, The Raft.
Yeah.
I can't watch the rest of the Creepshow 2 and not just be, oh, okay, The Raft's coming up,
Yeah.
and then the Raft is over.
I can't
It's
even
just The Raft.
I can't remember what the third, because there's only 3 in that one. I know it's
There's
the
3. There's the
Tomahawk.
Yeah, the old like wooden head,
Yeah.
and then which is weird, and then the third one is she hits the hitchhiker and stuck in the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that also scared me when I was a kid. I remember, doesn't he like stick his tongue out at some point or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, weird. But yeah, the raft. I don't know what it is. Something about like when I was a kid and I would see something scary. There was always like, oh, like with all the knowledge of the scary situation, I would be able to survive this situation because I would do this. And with the raft, it was like there's nothing you can do. Once you're on that raft, it's over. you know. And,
anyone watching hasn't seen it, Creepshow 2, it's an anthology. The story Mr. Spitzer's talking about. Is it 4 kids or is it
yeah, 4. It's 2 guys,
4
2 girls.
kids. Yeah, they're on like a spring break. They're gonna go hang out in a little pond and like the like a very small pond, not even a lake.
Yeah.
There's a raft out like 50 yards in there. They swim out to it. There's a sign that says "Don't go in the water." Of course, they're going to. And then this big. I always remember it as a kid being an oil slick.
Yeah.
And then I think I've watched it since then, and I thought, but my memory was, oh, maybe it's like moss. 'Cause that's normal. No, it's like a big oil slick, and it looks like a big plastic bag, depending on what version you watch.
Did you read the short?
It's like an oil slick.
That's what I was saying. It might be why that comes to mind because I'm pretty sure that's how he describes it. Is like because it's like all shiny and pretty.
Shiny foot, but I think on the VHS copy when I had to rent that the first time, there was just so many bumps in it. It read it, or maybe I'm thinking I've actually seen enough mosses and lakes where I always think immediately, oh, stand on the slats like this. You don't want to have your foot sideways. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like a sentient oil slick that picks them off one at a time.
And in the most horrific way. It very slowly kind of just dissolves you.
Yeah. It's like the blob in a lake, I guess you could call it. Yeah. One of the greatest endings too, which we shouldn't ruin because that is absolutely worth finding.
Yes.
It's just this man against nature, and then you don't win against Mother Nature.
Yep.
That's a good. It's a little, yeah. The story of that one is very much 3 guys, and no one's intending it to be triggering about sexual assault or anything. Because it was the 80s, but then they're playing it off. They want you to not like the character.
Yeah.
But it hasn't aged the best. But the and it's like a throwaway couple, and it's a weird why they did it. But again, they wouldn't do it now. But the ending, the payoff of that scene is so good, and the guy deserves what he gets.
Yeah, it's great.
I do love me some Creepshow too, and for that bit.
Yeah. The first Creepshow was one of the first movies that I showed my wife Becky that she was like super into, and I was like, okay, all right, like we can get into weird stuff. Okay,
this is gonna work out. Okay.
Yeah. I think I showed her like Killer Clowns shortly afterwards, and she was on board for that too.
Then you just proposed her right there. You just had the ring on the DVD. Yeah. Fluffy, the crate monster. The first time I saw him or her, you can't tell. They don't show it. When you rented Friday the 13th Part 6, the beginning, they had a couple of trailers at the beginning. Now they always do, but that one had a trailer for Scream Greats Volume 1, the art of Tom Savini. Ooh. And the second one was like Satanism. It's just a little weird. Paramount was putting a little commercial for it at the beginning.
Sure.
And they had always clips of Tom Savini work. So you got like Jason Voorhees from Part 4, and for some reason he's laughing. Which is like, it's just it's like the emergency thing, the snippet you see and you watch over and over again. And then they had the fluffy puppet, and he's clearly on Savini's hand, and he's like, he has his face in the camera, and he kind of has the puppet, and he goes, and he just jumps at you, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought, oh, Fluffy, this monster with all the teeth, it's a Muppet. Like I always knew that going into it. Oh, that's
so fun.
So then when I finally saw it, and I knew what it was from because it's whatever year it was. Because I never have seen it's on YouTube, the Scream Greats to Tom Savini. It's great.
I should look into
that.
But
somehow when I was watching it, I was ready to not be afraid of Fluffy because it's a puppet. And then when he pops out and gets Adrian Barbeau or anybody gets the maintenance kid, the oldest maintenance kid ever, because it scared the snot out of me because it's Romero has it so fast in your face and then gone.
Yeah.
And you can't tell what he looks like. And at this point, I think by then I'd actually read the comic book they put out, so the whole thing was spoiled for me. Bernie Wrightson cover the interior of someone else, and it's really neat. But in that one, you see Fluffy, you see his legs, and one side's got a great butt. he does,
Sure.
But when I saw the movie, it's a superhero comic artist, so it's gonna be all in shape.
Sure.
So when I saw the movie, I know what he looks like, but it's still when he popped out, it got me, and I'm like, why is I know this whole story from the comic book.
Hmm.
I know it's a Muppet, and it's still and then he bites her on the face and then pulls her underneath. Oh,
Yeah.
Creep Show's the greatest. Every year, my kid, again, he's 25 now, gives me some version of a Father's Day thing. Either it's a meme or a T-shirt or a poster, but he just thinks that our movie is Father's Day.
Yeah.
Like I need it. Like he's gonna do this so I don't go, chop off his head and put on a cake. I never have gotten a cake for Father's Day, but I've gotten a lot of stuff with that head on it. It's great.
Is the I have a question about that short. Is the implication that he comes back to life because of the spilled booze?
I don't think there's any sort of implication. I
Okay.
honestly think it was just.
Because when I
I
was a
remember
kid,
I know the shot you're talking about. Yeah.
Mhm. When I was a kid, I was like, okay, don't bring alcohol into a cemetery because
It should be on a sign out front.
Right.
It should say no alcohol. It brings back Nathan
right.
or Nathaniel. I can't remember what it was.
Great eyebrows.
Oh, I do love that. But I don't think there was a point outside of it. She's just like yelling at him how much that she's glad he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But Bedelia, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I always thought doing that as a cosplay would be great. I've seen a million of them. I'll never be able to top. But it's like just that head. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
My number 3. You're a Godzilla guy at all?
I had a phase in high school.
Phase?
Yeah.
I mentioned it before. Go ahead.
Yeah, I watched a lot of the classics. I have not watched any. I haven't seen the was it 1999 one, the American.
The Matthew Broderick one.
Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar with like the black and white classics. I haven't seen anything recent.
Yeah. You could watch whatever the new one was. The actual Japanese made one a couple years ago. Godzilla -1 is pretty good.
Oh, okay.
But from the 70s one is one called Destroy All Monsters. Again, this is one of those rotating. 1 week was Universal, was a giant monster. 1 week was Rubber Suit. Destroy All Monsters is like it's Avengers Endgame of giant monster movies.
Okay.
So you've got the aliens, you've got Godzilla, you've got his son, you've got Rodan, you've got Ghidorah, you got every monster's there.
Mothra.
Mothra's there. Mothra's there for some odd reason back into being the larva stage.
Oh,
like
okay.
they took her back. She's no longer the butterfly that she was when last time we saw her. She's back in the thing, and it's a lot of clip show. So there's a lot of clips from other movies. You gotta save money somehow.
Sure.
So the aliens that are actually controlling Godzilla and all the monsters, they're hiding among us, passing as people, and then we know they're there. The Earthlings know they're there, and then they find a way that oh god, and they're taking over Earthlings, and there's a little scar under their ear that you can tell that person had an implant. It's like a BB.
Okay, sure.
Then they'll take a pocket knife out and they'll cut it, and it's kind of like, oh, that's a lot for. And again, Godzilla isn't supposed to be a kids movie. In Japan, they're not. Here, we give them to kids because we're cruel. So there's like a little pocket knife. They put in people's neck and they pull out these little metal BBs. Oh, that's how they're controlling them, which is bad enough. And then there's one character who goes by, and she's bad because she has that look.
Sure.
And they go, and by now humans have learned that if they have a little scar, they're being controlled by the aliens, who are controlling Godzilla the same way. And then, but she doesn't have a scar back there, and she's just walking by and she's talking and she's taking over the world. But she has dangly earrings on, and this still bugs me. So then I think it's her. It's been a long time because as a kid you fast forward the talking part. You watch the Godzilla
Yeah,
fight.
you see buildings fall.
But you don't the plot development. But the guy grabs her by the earring and goes, "This is how they're controlling her," and then he pulls it off, and then the blood on her hand, and then she's awake, and then she looks at her hand, and it's blood, and it just freaked. It was the build up. He grabs it for a second, and then pulls it off. And again, when they cut into the neck, they show that, but when he pulls it, there's no special effect. He just grabs her ear, pauses, and then pulls back. And there's then they cut to a blood pack. That always got me.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's just, maybe the actress pulled it off, did a great job, but I just felt, and I got big old dangly ears under the headphones are there for cosmetic purposes.
Well, there's it's kind of a cliche at this point, but like that you can derive more fear out of the things you don't see because your brain kind of fills in the pieces. So
because I remember I'm 7 watching that on repeat, terrified of it. Parents split up, don't have the tapes anymore. But years later, my dad sends like a box, like 5 years later, sends the tapes out. So now I'm a mature film watcher. So I go to watch it again, and I know that scene so well. I know when you see the needle come out of the ear, the earring, and it pulls skin. There's sinew, and it pulls back, and it snaps, and then she screams. And I watch it for real, and it's just off. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know I saw it. My imagination was a bastard.
Yeah.
It filled in every little bit of like the hair stuck in the back of the earring as it pulled out. Yeah, yeah.
Growing up was because of Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th. I don't know what it is, but the idea, the hand coming and grabbing his forehead, and then the arrow going through the neck, I was horrified. I saw it. I didn't even. This is a weird one because I saw this clip from, I think it was like I Love the 70s or something. I don't remember. It was one of those like VHS. Do you remember those shows that were like?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those that just showed a clip. It might have even been like, I think they did like the scariest horror movie moments or something. It might have been on that. That was
I love that show.
That was my intro to pretty much.
We could do a whole episode on that show, on that series.
Genuinely, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's great. It's such a great little time capsule too. There's so many people in it. But yeah, I just remember I saw that clip, and then that night I was just laying in bed, and I couldn't. I was like, I will never sleep on my back again, because in my
Someone's
mind,
under the bed.
yeah, in my mind, they can't do that to the back of my head. That's weird. That wouldn't be right. But yeah,
That is one of the greatest effects. It's one of those magic bits. The Tom Savini again. Just a perfect, because you have there's blood in it, the blood drops on his face, right? So he looks up, he's in a bunk bed. He looks up the bunk where the blood's coming from. So it's misdirect, and then the hand pops up, which is bad enough, and then the cut to the thing, and it's magic because it didn't work.
right.
The arrow goes through, and I don't know how Bacon's a contortionist, doing that. And then the blood tube got stuck, so the person just blew on it instead of doing the bulb squeeze, and it made that big gush that comes out. And it was a mistake, and it's the greatest thing that the series ever did.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is, not being negative, that was, again, a VHS was gorgeous, my beta copy was gorgeous, even the DVD is gorgeous to a point, but the Blu-ray, you just, the color of the skin on the neck
Yeah.
is not his. I'm always like, oh, can we just either fix it or degrade this a couple levels, because just the rental copy from Casey's of that thing, and it kind of slows down, like the tracking goes off because people rewound that 100 times to see how they did that. That is just,
Yeah.
and it's just so well done.
It is great, and it's the slowness of it, I remember, really stuck with me, like how slow
Yeah.
it kind of reveals itself out of his
Yeah,
skin.
for a second, just the neck goes up, and you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Does he have a potato chip in there? What's going on?
Yeah.
Quick, tell your mom. And then like a year later, Savini does that same gag in The Burning, where it's like it's a knockoff of a Friday the 13th movie, but they're on a raft, and the same thing from behind the neck pops up. The same basic gag, but the angle's wrong, and then it just doesn't look right. You can tell it's an appliance, and it's just one of those things where they picked the right angle, the camera's in the right spot, everything was just perfect for it. I love when Kevin Bacon, when they make him watch that on, like, his interviews, and he's so proud of it now.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, that was pretty cool back then,
Yeah, he's a good, he's just yeah, I like him a lot. If you want to, Kevin Bacon, if you ever want a guest appearance, hit me up.
I have hope for him. He was on one of his commercials lately. Was he mentions Tremors? He's always liked Tremors, but they didn't have the rights. He's too expensive for it. And he had it on one where he brought in Michael Gross from Tremors and Family Ties, and he like walks through a Tremors set as Kevin Bacon. I'm like going, don't tease me.
Yeah.
Kevin, I've been hurt before. Okay, I know all 7. The 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I know where it is.
Sure.
but don't we need I would love to have him back in the Tremor series.
Wasn't there some talks of a TV show? I think it went under, but
There was a TV show, but it wasn't. it was like a Sci-Fi channel, I think. I
I
think it
thought there
lasted
was
one season.
Yeah, I thought there was talks of another one coming out, but I think it got canceled, or maybe it was just a
No,
rumor or something. I'm not sure.
might have been rumored. I know he's talking about it now. He's brought it up in interviews when he's promoting whatever he's doing right now. So we're talking how like the suspense of certain things and not you know when it's going to happen. One of the biggest ones, and I was trying to avoid it because I keep bringing it up as far as being like a formative thing, but that's what your point was. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's the Nazi versus propeller scene, and it's. I thought about doing Jaws for the same thing. It's like the jump scare of the under. You haven't seen that one, but there's a scare in Jaws. Jaws is full of great scares.
I think I've
But
heard
the one
stories
that,
of the.
yeah,
That was like the one where they edited it a million different ways to try to find the perfect.
and then they went did a reshoot to have to get it just right. Yeah, with that's gonna be a good one to do too if you haven't seen that one yet. It's the 50th anniversary. But Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's when Indy and Marion escape the pyramid underground. You know, it's buried, and there's a Nazi airport right there, which they pop up like Dollar Generals. And he's getting his ass kicked by him, and then the plane is spinning because Marion's locked up in the it's Spielberg. It's a classic.
Yeah.
But the airplane is parked, but it's just going around, and they're fighting beneath it. And like we know, and Indy knows that the propellers are coming towards the Nazi. The Nazi doesn't know it, and he's on top of him. And Indy covers his face, and the Nazi's like, "Oh, that's kind of funny. Wait, what's behind me?" And turns around, and I've watched a clip of this. Every shot gets closer. Every cut is closer and closer to his face, and closer to the blade. So the whole thing is just building up to that point. And little kid me was just. And again, much like the memory thing of feeling the beer can go down there, I remember thinking that you see his nose come off when the blade hits. What happens? He turns around, he screams, and then it shows Marion in the airplane in the window, a blood splat, and then everyone's kind of make a gross out sound.
Yep.
But I remember because the Nazi has Indy punched him. He's got a good a good puncher. So his nose is bloody, but for somehow my 6-year-old brain, or whatever old it was, just made that into you watch his face get sliced off a little bit as it's going into him, and just I watch it now, and I wish I could watch it again with that absolute terror I had as a kid watching it, because you just wish that that you didn't think of it as a movie, like if you could, and all this to talk about, if you can erase one movie from your mind, it might be something like that. I mean, I always wanted to go back and watch Star Wars for the first time again, or any number of movies, but the Raiders of the Lost Ark one, the absolute just poop your pants terror I had, and like it was a big thing because like everyone I was with was like, "You're an idiot!" Like I'm on the floor hiding behind a chair. Everyone else in the row was going, he's a Nazi. Are you afraid of Nazis getting hurt? Different now, but
What's funny?
Yeah.
What's funny too is that moment is like comparatively kind of tame to some of the more graphic moments in that movie.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is, I bet you it's much like the what your imagination puts in the other things. When the heads melt at the end, I'm not afraid. I think it's cool. I love watching how those heads were built. When Santo gets the snakes in his head in the beginning, or the spike through the back of his head. That's a very gory thing.
Yeah.
And I think and I always, even as a kid, that's a cool effect. All those things are the effect, but that one is just acting. That's just editing and performance.
Yeah.
And just
movie magic.
Good observation there, Mr. Spitzer.
Yeah, it seems like a theme with like childhood fears is the more the movie gives you space to be imaginative, the scarier it becomes. Yeah.
Well, the slide at hand, I was going to put on the list Empire Strikes Back when Han puts Luke in the Wampa, not the Wampa, the Tauntaun, and he cuts him open, the guts come out, and then they kind of he has to keep him warm by going inside. All you see the slice, which is very gross. I was wondering how they did that, and the intestines come out very clean. You kind of see him going inside, but they don't show it. But again, as a kid, I'm like, because the toy had a cut bottom Tauntaun, you put your action figure inside of.
For real?
Yeah, they did. It was like, it wasn't the first one. I remember that being a second one.
That's crazy.
Because they reissued it to make more sales. It's supposed to be really action figure. We're not going to say what people actually did. But I remember thinking that they showed him get shoved into the thing. And I watch it now. And it's not like a special edition, like George Lucas didn't go remove that or add that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a dumb little 6-year-old watching this going, I'm pretty sure I saw what I saw. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Also, what a crazy thing to put in a movie. Like carving open an animal to save somebody from freezing. As I can't.
Well, he had the tauntaun was dead.
That's
They
true.
didn't kill him for it.
That's true.
But I'm like also thinking, well, he's freezing too. Isn't he be cold inside? Thermodynamics.
Also, just as an aside, something about that shot where all the bits come out looked like something that I had eaten as a kid and that I liked eating. And I remember as a child, like seeing that moment and being like, I bet they would probably taste good.
It's a lean meat. Tauntaun's a lean meat. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like it looked like noodle. It looked like it was filled with noodles in my head, and I was just like, I don't know. I probably need to go back and look at that shot because I'm probably misremembering it. But in my mind, you cut some open.
It's macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
Just a bowl of spaghetti comes out, and it's like, oh, okay.
There's meatballs and it's funny because the Destroy All Monsters, the Godzilla one, when they kill some of the aliens, they pull off like a fake face, and underneath it is just like it's a bad alien thing. But I always thought it looked like tuna salad.
Oh,
like they just put tuna salad on the guy's face, and that was one of those things where and it just the most trashy tuna salad, and then Miracle Whip, stir it up, you have a meal.
Yeah,
I always thought that the makeup underneath the fake face looked like tuna.
That's funny.
So I see the food-based horror what we have going for us.
Yeah. Is it me or you?
It is. I just did Raiders.
Okay. Yeah. So next one I have, and this one I really just want to talk about how much the theme song slaps. I was terrified of Goosebumps when I was a kid. Not the book. I didn't read, so words couldn't hurt me. But the show, specifically just the intro of the show. Have you seen it, or are you familiar with it at all?
Yeah. Yeah, my kid watched the Mask episode over and over again.
Yes, Haunted Mask. That one was that one was very scary when I was a child. Now going back, and I just went back. I don't know if you saw. I posted on Facebook recently about this the theme song of Goosebumps, and that it just doesn't. It goes so hard. It's so good, and it's all just like piano. But there's this moment where it's like. And I was like just listening to it, I got so hyped, and I was like, I love this song. So I just wanted to go on a tangent about that. But what scared me was there's this voice that comes in near the end, and it says, "Viewers beware, you're in for a scare," and it's like the most hokey, corny thing ever. But when I was a child, I was like, that voice has invaded my home. Like, I was so afraid of it.
They didn't have to go that hard though. It's always the stuff aimed at kids is so scary.
Yeah,
it's like Goosebumps. Tales from the Crypt Keeper, the cartoon from the HBO thing, is great. Land of the Lost when I was a kid was horrifying. the Sleesack and like the giant T-Rex is gonna eat him up.
I didn't. What was the name? Buckwheat something. The little monkey guy.
Oh, I can't remember. It's been. I just know it was Marshall, Will, and Holly. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the kids? Oh, it's gonna bug me. And the one good Sleesack. I remember Sleesack just because I'm celiac, and I think that's really funny that's similar of a medical condition and rubber suit monsters and stuff.
Sure.
The fly swatter. They put the stick in the guy's mouth. Yeah, it was so good. But oh god, some of the kids shows that are not supposed to be scary, or they're supposed to be, they stick with you forever.
Yeah, there was recently, and I didn't enjoy this movie, but I always say that I like that it exists because I think it's a great intro to horror for kids. The Scary Story, was it called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark or something?
Yeah. The Del Toro produced that one. Yeah. The art's great in the books.
Yes, yeah. That stuff is still terrifying. But the movie, they had a moment where a kid gets turned into a scarecrow, and the way they did it, he gets like stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork, and then he's like running through the cornfield, and like hay is just coming out of him, and then it starts coming out of his face and his mouth, and he's like throwing up this hay. It is horrifying. I was like, dear Lord. I mean, they set this character up to be like, I think he's even like a racist bully. They set him up to like, you want to see him get his comeuppance, but I was just like, oh my God, this is horrifying for like a kids movie.
I remember that vaguely. I'm going, that actor had to be itchy as all get out for like. I mean, even if it's CG, but there's still enough practical straw on him. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, good stuff.
I don't remember much about that besides that and like just the posters and stuff. I remember I really liked that, and was mad we didn't get more of them.
Yeah, because they kind of set it up for a sequel. Mm-hmm. But also, the other thing I remember about that movie is the weird like political. Like just random cutaways to like Richard Nixon. just
to remind you, this was a period piece. Right. The setback was like the end of Vietnam. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I love when a movie does that and just like, oh, by the way, just let you know, we know we're above this.
Right.
We can also do this kind of stuff. Like the chainsaw prequel remake has the guy being a draft dodger.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, do we? That's a big swing. Let's have this happen. But it seemed like a weird.
They always do that because the Netflix one, Texas Chainsaw, that came out in like 2018, I want to say.
It's like 22.
Oh, really? Was that recent?
I think it's after the Halloween rebirth.
Yeah, that one had one of the characters was like a school shooting survivor.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was interesting. They always like they like to put little. Well, I guess wasn't the original. There's like a lot of undertones too.
Chainsaws, yeah. The series has always been very political. I mean, that one especially because you have hippies versus the small town. You've got the war. It was a big Toby Hooper thing, and it's funny how the rest of them kind of pull back. Oh, the fourth one's about the Illuminati and the government.
That's a
I just
series.
had an interview.
That's a series I really need to get. I've only seen. I saw the most recent one, and then I saw the first one in college because I think didn't we do a screening of that in theater?
Yes, I made everyone watch my movie. Yeah.
I think that was the last time I watched it, and I was like I don't think I watched it with the mind outside of like, oh, this is just gory slasher, whatever. I should definitely rewatch that.
I mean, if we're talking about what you imagine, Chainsaw is. This is nothing. I'm not breaking any new ground here. The first Chainsaw is like the greatest. What you thought you saw versus what you actually saw.
Yeah.
Because there's no gore. The closest thing to gore is actually real. But yeah, someone gets a finger cut, and like how they do that, they actually cut her by accident.
Yeah.
But you'd never see anything in that movie. It's all in your head. That's why it's so bad. Because much like
Yeah, I mean, a woman gets put on a hook, and you feel it, but you don't see it.
You don't see it, but everything about that little. It's all moving, and then it just
shink. It's just like oh.
Well, it is the whole. If you're watching, they're played up in Sioux Falls here recently, and so my wife and my kid, and then like one of my kids' friends, I saw it for some of them the first time, and they'll walk out kind of like, "What did we just see? That's not fun. Like that's the best thing ever. It's not a fun movie. It's called the Chainsaw Massacre. I mean,
Yeah.
But we were watching that, and I hadn't thought about it, but everything is frenetic and moving. She runs out of the house. It's chase, shot, and it finally stops moving when she hits the hook, and it shows her reaction. Then it's a still shot, and like it's like you feel that whole abrupt stop.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie so much.
And also the other part that stuck with me was the I don't know if there was an actor decision or the director, the way the guy after he gets hit in the head, and he's kind of on the ground still for just a moment, and then he just kind of like starts to seize, and you hear like his boots hitting the ground. It's like, oh my Lord, that is horrifying.
I always wondered because the commentary talks about they explain it's the bone fragments going into his skull. They don't say whose idea it was.
Yeah,
and it's that like stark like that's because someone probably went to a slaughterhouse and watched it happen, and then made them do it because they were all hardcore vegetarians, vegans now, but like. Everyone that watched that movie, if they go, I'm gonna go have an apple.
Yeah.
No more barbecue for me.
Right.
It made Del Toro vegetarian for a bunch of years. The other guy. I want to have you watch all the Chainsaws. It wouldn't be a good show because there's 18 of them, but yeah, I want.
We'll have a Chainsaw month.
Oh, that could. It should be June. They should do it right now. It's like the anniversary.
Yeah.
But I'm so off topic today. It's been a
I
week.
know.
There's a documentary coming out now called Chain Reactions. I've been waiting for it for about a year, and they take a couple noted scholars and they take their point of view from of Chainsaw, and it's like Stephen King, Takashi Miike, Patton Oswalt, and then I can't remember. I think it's Karen Kusama from. She did. I'm blanking,
I would love to
but
help.
it's. I've seen the trailer just dropped like last week, and it's playing at festivals, but it's one of those ones where I'm just dying to hear what Stephen King says about Chainsaw. You
Yeah.
know, Patton Oswalt, I kind of have an idea what he's going to say. It'll be good. It'll be great. Okay, so that was your fourth?
Yes, I have one
Okay.
more, and you should also have one more.
I have one more. Mine's. I was trying to find like a really cool thing to like. Oh, when I first time I saw Jaws, or the first time I saw Spawn of the Slithus is like a monster movie because I'm afraid of water as a kid. What else would do it? Piranha 2, not the original Piranha, the one with James Cameron, scared me as a kid. The Thing scared me. But I'm going. What was the one that I had the most dread and was uncomfortable and didn't enjoy? And it was every Elvis movie that played when I was about 8. For some reason, and it was on. I don't know what channel it was here in lovely Sioux City. It was. I don't know if it was an anniversary. It wasn't when he passed away because it was just a couple years later than that. They would once a week they would play like Blue Hawaii or whatever they were. I don't remember any of them right. But every time I watched them, I was so sure it was the one he was going to die in. Because like I know he died, he was dead,
Sure.
and for some reason I just was uncomfortable watching it. And my grandma made fun of me mercilessly, and like they would have stopped filming if he dies, Jason.
Right.
But I was so sure that they're gonna suddenly have to cut away. And this is years before like Brandon Lee and The Crow. But he's up there singing "Viva Las Vegas," and I'm just going, the next scene is gonna be a different actor playing him because he's dead. I and it's one of those irrational things. And it
That's
wasn't until years later I told my grandma about the whole thing, and she's like, "You're an idiot." But I kept that to myself. Like going, it was every week we watched it. It was torture having to watch these Elvis movies.
that's fascinating. So it wasn't so much the movie that scared you; it was just the implication.
Is this
that...
is this the one that he dies during? And by the way, he didn't die during any of them. He didn't
Right.
act when he was like as Eddie Murphy said, big fat bloated Elvis. That was he didn't act anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, is this the one? I was like socially sad or socially awkward that we're gonna. I didn't know movies weren't shot in order. I just assumed at some point they're gonna swap him out for like Jim Belushi's gonna play him or some crap. And it was just it was a thing. I'm a dumb kid.
No, that's very interesting. I'm curious what would have happened in an alternate universe where that you were right, where they like it cuts to another shot and it's a different actor. Like, would that have destroyed you?
No, that would have been a pompous jerk saying I was right. See, I told you, Grandma, take that.
It was actually
I know stuff.
It was scary because I was wrong. Yeah. So, okay, we're back now. I just showed Jason my fifth pick. Actually, I have a prop here. I have a copy, my copy of the movie. It's called Spooky Tales
wow.
and Tunes. This isn't my copy from my childhood because I was on VHS, but this scene had stuck with me so much that like I spent a large portion of my 20s trying to find this movie. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what it was from. I knew that there was. Right. So let me explain the scene. The scene in you can look up Spooky Tales and Tunes on YouTube, and it'll be like the first thing to pop up. And this particular moment is about it's about 4.5 minutes in to the video. There's just this little girl, and she's walking through the woods, and she essentially meets Bigfoot. He's called a schnork, and he's just this big, hairy man with horns and like too good of a mask. Like it still looks pretty good, especially for like this little tiny. I don't know who made this, but yeah, that stuck with me, and all I knew was that it was called a schnork, and that it was terrifying, and I could not find it for the longest time. I ended up finding somebody on Reddit who was like, "Does anyone remember being afraid of this schnork?" And it blew my mind, and they also didn't know where it was, but we were able to go back and forth and get enough details, and we found that the website was still up and that they were still selling. So I actually bought this straight from the actual distributors.
From the Schnork.
Yeah, right from the Schnork himself. But yeah, the Schnork is terrifying. There's two moments. There's a moment where she kind of sees him in the distance and she's like looking closer and it's like, oh, I guess it was nothing. But then it's right behind her. And it just cuts to like a shot of its face, and it doesn't even really do anything that scary. It just kind of lights up. He's just like ah, and then later on, she's trying to get him into a closet, and he's like aggressively opening the door. And those
that's the bit that got me.
Yeah.
Just right now, because the monster face reveal is like, oh, it's, she's looking over here. The misdirect pops up behind. I'm like, oh, that's pretty scary. It looks like Fuzzit from Dark Crystal a little bit.
Sure.
But when you fast forwarded, to date myself, fast forwarded to the scene where she's tricking him into the closet.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly a dude in a bear suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the mask is a solid mask, but when the mask met the body, it's just the zipper at the back, right? And she's closing the door. This is a dude in a suit and a little bitty girl in a closet. This guy's gonna just open the door and just bad things are gonna happen, Because it has that VHS quality. Like, you found this tape in a dumpster someplace. This is Exhibit B. This is part of like a cold case.
Yeah,
that girl's never been seen again, has she?
I would be very surprised if anybody watching this right now has even heard of this movie.
No,
so.
But I'm gonna probably watch that again at some point. I don't know if I have.
Honestly, I've watched it front to back, and it's not that bad. There's some good stuff in there. There's a song in there called "Monsters in the Morning," which is just all the songs on it kind of slap, and that one particular is just about how like people are ugly in the morning. Pretty much, it's just like, oh, look at mom, she's got stuff in her hair and goop on her face. Whoa, there's monsters in the morning. It literally is all it is. It's just like at one point they kind of ran out of ideas because there's like a scary arm monster, and it's like, oh, it's my brother, he can't get his shirt on properly. It's really silly. And then there's one more shout out. I don't know who the guy is, but they have a song on here called Mr. Boogie. Chris Streetman. No, Chic Streetman.
Okay.
Yeah, he is awesome. That song also slaps. The whole section is great. Shout out to Chic Streetman.
See, this is what we're doing here. You're finding love. This is the thing you absolutely love. I love that.
Yeah. Big recommend to. Well, not really, but if you're bored.
in the right frame of mind. Yeah.
Right.
It's the same way that someone can watch the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
They grew up with it. It's not good.
Yeah.
But if you have memories of watching this thing,
I don't like.
No, you nailed it.
I don't like that the drink that she pours into the guy's head in that movie is warm. That messes me up a little bit.
It's a hot toddy. It's a hot brain toddy. I used to sing the B. Arthur song in that way too often, Don't maybe watch that again. I don't want
Well, that's our next episode.
Oh, no. Because as a kid, that was on repeat. And then the same thing with Other Story, whereas we didn't have all the tapes were left in California.
Mm-hmm.
I got the copy of that like 5 years later and watched it then and thought, oh, this is steaming pile of horse poopy. And then I watched it again in college. People hadn't seen it. It's like 92, 93. Oh, I had a copy, so I went back and I transferred from beta to VHS. I showed people that hadn't seen it in, again, 15 years. And we all kind of go the same way. Oh, this would be great.
Right.
Childhood ruined. I mean, the cartoon's great, Boba Fett. And I still like it. My memory is better than the actual show. I mean, Carrie Fisher on heroin singing is always great.
I like that song. The Earth Day song or whatever. What is it?
Earth Day song, yeah.
Or not Earth Day. What is it?
It's a Life Day.
Life Day. Yeah.
Life Day, yeah.
I don't think they have no
Earth Day would be weird out in space, but yeah.
It's a little self-centered, guys.
Well, I think this is a good snapshot, more so than an introduction of what makes us a little bit bent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But it does kind of. But yeah, that the guy in this. Have you ever seen a movie called Satan's Little Helper?
It doesn't sound familiar.
It's a relatively new one, maybe like 15 years. I think it's on Shudder, and it kind of has the idea that there's the monster. It's not the one you just mentioned, but there's a serial killer and the kid thinks he raised like a demon, but just a guy in a suit. So when the guy's doing stuff, and he thinks the little kid thinks that I'm maybe I'm getting this wrong. Little kid thinks that it's his own personal like genie, but it's just a serial killer, and that's the vibe I got when he has the Bigfoot suit on. Like, oh, this guy, the kid thinks that she's capturing Bigfoot,
Yeah.
but he's gonna kill her. You know?
It's like
and they're not
it's like Howie Mandel in Little Monsters.
little monsters. Yeah, the horns. That kind of feels it. Yeah.
That
I want to say I'm gonna watch that. I'm never gonna watch that.
Little Monsters.
No, the
Oh.
the one you just
Spooky
said,
Tales and Tunes.
Spooky Tales. I mean, I'll put it on. I'll be like going. My wife will just go.
know.
We have dishes to wash.
Right? Yeah. No.
We try and have.
It's 30 minutes long. It is not worth.
30 minutes. 30 minutes I'll pull off just to get a little sneak into your brain.
Oh yeah.
30 minutes. You're worth more than 30 minutes. I thought I was saying an hour and a half of that, and I'm like,
It's very
dude,
short.
I mean,
It's like 5
yeah.
songs.
and the fact that it's a musical, sir, you watched a recommendation for me, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the Bee Gees,
Yes.
Peter Frampton classic. So the least I can give you is 30 minutes to watch some little girl and her ransom video that you found.
That's fair. Oh, there's also a news segment in there that's really good too. That's all. I won't spoil anything else. I just want you to know while you're watching it and you're going, "Oh, this is clever." That I also thought it was clever.
You also found, yeah. I will concur that I will back up your supposition that is a clever. I'm gonna watch it and go, You've been holding out on me. This is the Citizen Kane of Yeti, Bigfoot, Kitty disappearance movies.
We'll just change the whole podcast because there's actually, there's there's Christmas Tales and Tunes, and there's also there's not Christmas Tales and Tunes. There's Hanukkah Tales and Tunes.
Okay, yeah, a little sensitivity, sir.
My bad. I do remember that specifically. There it was Hanukkah. I think there's a Thanksgiving one maybe too. I don't really remember.
So there's a company out there that just made these movies to probably sell to Kmart or Toys R Us or Good Times to just fill up a 30-minute VHS tape.
Yeah,
They probably weighed 3 ounces, those little old cheapy tapes.
and my mother bought it.
We're in the wrong business, sir.
Well, now
We should be making.
now you can't make money off it because there's like TikTok. This stuff would
true.
just go straight to TikTok.
I'll tell you, sir, that we can't make money of anything, sir. So might as well have fun making Bigfoot kill neighborhood kids.
Sure. We're about at an hour.
Well, okay, real quick. Do you have a movie picked back of your head for next time?
I no.
Do you want to do Jaws?
We can do Jaws, yeah.
Okay, because that'd be it's the kind of thing that I know that NBC is playing it. I know NBC is a bad word. They're doing a big deal about it. I think Peacock has all the first 4 movies are out there, so there's a documentary coming out on something. So it's kind of in the doc, and it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
If nothing else, to build it so you don't have to be shy when someone goes, "You haven't watched Jaws?" You can now go proudly, "Yeah, I watched it."
That's funny because the 2 movies that were that for me were The Shining and Jaws. So to knock those both out right out of the gate,
That's kind of
is
cool.
perfect.
Then it's the shortest podcast series ever, because after next week we're going, "Yeah, we're caught up."
Yeah, that's all I needed.
You want to watch Fast and Furious?
Sure. I'm not clever enough to come up with a quick title change, but yeah. So you want me? I'll just. Do you want me to? Do you want to pitch the next episode or?
I think we just did.
Oh, okay. I figured.
I think that was beautifully.
All right, cool. Let's do Jaws.
People can see your brain work right there. We picked it. It was great.
Sure. Okay. Well, awesome. I guess. Should we wrap up?
We should wrap up. I think this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was great. We'll see you guys next time when we're talking about Jaws. I'm excited.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, bye.